Okay, so welcome to another Bland Gaming After Action report. So we didn't do turn by turn. We got into our game. We were playing it so much, and we switched gears today from Team Yankee into Flames of War. So the scenario that we were playing in Flames of War, I'm sorry I don't have it out here, but we rolled a random scenario. So what we had was we were working with two armored companies. We were playing mid-war, and my force that I was running was a U.S. Armored company. And I had, we can see after, a lot of them are burning. I had two platoons of 4 of Shermans, and then an HQ that was over here. And the CO died, and there's our new XO right there. And we were facing ourselves a Panzer IV company. Oh, and in support, I brought some anti-aircraft here, which didn't matter because he didn't bring his anti-aircraft. And then I had a priest platoon here. And then I also had a couple P-40s. And one of the P-40s was actually shot down. So, OG, you brought a Panzer IV company. So Tell us what you brought.
I brought literally 5 tanks to your,
10.
Yeah.
So I outnumbered you 2 to 1. Yeah.
And the only thing that my Panzers have over your Shermans, I was saying, is 2 points of anti-tank and a better save. So I mean,
and also a better fleeing save too. Yeah. That was huge as well.
That was big.
Being able to stick around on 3s. So they're on the dead part of the table here. What did you bring for your support? Tell us about your support.
A bunch of artillery and 88s.
Looks like a 10.5. Yeah. And then a couple 88s, and then you brought some AA as well. And in this version of Flames of War, the 88, the AA is not armored. Yeah. Okay, so it started in the scenario. We ran counterattack, which is right here. It was really interesting. This is we like rolling for the random scenarios. So he had an objective here, and then I placed an objective clear over here on the other side of the river. And OG had his company commander and 1 platoon of 2, which is one's there and one's there. And those were in reserve. And then he deployed with all of his guns and all of his AA and one of his tank teams, which was placed in ambush. So what wound up happening is I had my entire force here, moved up over, and I think we got some good hits on the 88s. We got some good hits on the AA pieces, which he had originally put here. And then first turn, he actually shot down one of my P-40s using only one of his surviving AA pieces could get a shot. And he had his battery for his 10.5s were right up here. The 88s were right out here in the open where they could watch the objective here. So I pulled my tanks up onto this hill and just started firing into them. My tanks, these guys just graduated boot camp, so they're terrible. I was using out of the fighting first and what have you. But I actually, if you've watched our videos before, you know that I'm a terrible roller and OG is a notoriously awesome roller, but I actually managed to hold my own in this game. So the very first turn, I knocked out an 88 and then also knocked out one of his AA pieces. And then I traded that for one of my P-40s. So then he wound up firing into my AA guns with his AA guns, which completely peppered him. He rolled his reinforcements, which came onto this corner here. So his 2 Panzer IVs came up right behind. I had this platoon of 4 right here. Came up right behind, got 2 beautiful rear shots, and took out half the platoon in a matter of seconds. And I tried to hide them behind the hill here. He wound up getting 1 more later, and then the last tank wound up fleeing off the board after failing its morale check. But the really fun part of the game was that I won't bore you, but it got bloody throughout the entire battle, and it came down to his company commander versus my company commander, and then I had my priest, and then I had 1 more P-40, and I was rolling the aircraft about 50-50 in this game, so I'm not too upset with it because of statistics. I could not win until turn 6, so I couldn't just go up and grab the objective. We were on turn 4, and literally we were doing formation rolls every single turn because I had my company commander. He was the only one left. His company commander is the only one left because the priests don't count because they're support. And we were just rolling motivation rolls back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what wound up happening was in the very last turn, the priest rolled up and he bailed out my company commander here. So my company commander failed his remount, but he succeeded in his fleeing roll. He did not run away. And so what happened is these 3 priests pull up right when the aircrafts came in last turn, and 3-piece fire, 1 shot gets him. He fails the armor roll. Firepower of 2 on these things, that was it. And blew up his company commander and literally fought to the last man. So what did you think, OG? Would you have done anything different? It was very, very, very close.
Probably would have brought Panthers and Tigers over Panzer Force.
You can't do that mid-war, though, because you just don't have the points for it.
I get 3 Tigers.
You just don't have the points for it. So mid-war tank battles are very low. The tanks are more expensive, so you don't get to bring as many of them and everything. I have a tendency to like playing more advanced armies, so me kind of playing more of the Horde army I wasn't used to, especially all our Team Yankee games where OG has been hoarding my British with his Soviets and everything. But I gotta say, there is definitely an advantage to having numbers and rolling more dice, of being able to get more rounds down range, even if your guys are hit easier. But overall, great game. Awesome game, very fun. And like I said, very close. And also very quick. I think we were done in under 2 hours here. Armor on armor games go very fast. So anyway, hope you enjoy our videos. And if you want to watch the most boring gaming channel on the internet, then give us a like on Bland Gaming. Thanks.